Yeah. What up, Fight World? Your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. We gonna get this. We gonna talk about this game. Yeah. We just getting set up. Hold on. Yo. We about to talk about it. Check it. We about to talk about it. Smash the like button. Hot shit. We come to rock shit. I'm on my Pac shit. Thug life. Let's get it. Oh my gosh, so much going on in the world. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers around the building, around the world. Rest in peace, Harold Letterman, Burt Cooper. Let's get it. Yeah. King Corleone. Thank you. We about to kill shit. Hey, old media looking real rusty. Old media looking rusty. They looking rusty nail. Y'all fuck around, listen to their channel, get tetanus. Y'all better get y'all tetanus shot. Old media looking rusty. I said old media looking rusty. Y'all better get y'all tetanus shots. We ain't playing. They looking rusty. They looking dusty. So grab the Swiffer. It's about to be a wrap. I told you we come to sweep. Sweep, no dancing. Oh man, we having fun with this game. That'd be kind of hard though. Hold on, let's do the Boxing Ego roll call. We're just warming up the mic. I want to see where you guys are at. Where you at? Where you from? Let me know where you guys are at. City, state, zip. Let's go. I know Fort Worth, Texas in it. Shout out to Jersey. 714. It's not my birthday. You greedy? Shout out to New Orleans, that 504. Oh shit, New Orleans in here? Hold on. I gotta go down south with it. I gotta go it down to the Noya, you heard me? Hold on. Hey, Eagles Army, huh? Eagles Army, not the Navy. Baby, hey, oh my gosh. New media, shout out to Bells, Australia, you heard me? Hey, this shit used to clap. We about to talk about that Julian Williams fight. He got the titles from J-Rock. Yeah. We on our battle rap shit like Tay-Rock. We gonna talk about J-Rock. Shout out to Camden, New Jersey. Cleveland. Brooklyn. 504 Cash Money. Cash Money is an army. Better yet the Navy. So if you ever play it, hate me, then it ain't no gravy. Eagles Army. Oh my God, let's get it. I can't wait. Shout out to the Yay area 510, you heard me? 352 down south, all my boys down south. I ain't gonna say it no more. Don't tangle and twist it, you heard me? Big Dog, Glen Rob. You looking like a flea to me, Wardy. Shout out to Australia, down under. Oh my gosh, I know old media. I can't wait to get started. This shit funny. Oh, King Corleone going off on somebody. Harrisburg, PA. Come on, city, state, zip. Where y'all at? Where y'all from? New media is an army, better yet the Navy. So if you ever play Haymon, then it ain't no gravy. Eagles army, you heard me. We about to talk about this shit. Hold on. Cut the beat. Hold on. Cut the beat. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego. And I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button, you heard me? In your lady bedroom, yeah. Like, let's get it. Shout out to my Hot Boys 504 shit. Let's get it. Houston in this. Shout out to all the wards, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to that J Prince shit. Shout out to Philly, home of J-Rock. Now, that's a great segue. Shout out to Hurt Game. Hey, Philly, y'all got one. J-Rock, he looked spectacular. Came in as an underdog. Fought a man in his backyard. This is boxing, people. Now, we're going to jump right into the content. Smash the like button. Really impressed with the whole event. I thought the Matt Corrball fight, a lean fight. I don't know what they did with the score or whatever. But that was a fun fight. My dude Mario Barrios, he looked good. He's a real life dog, real life player. Shout out to my dude Mario. You know, he looked good. And then the main event delivered. Yeah, you had Gilly. They were supporting Gilly and his man. Shout out to $1 million worth of game. Right. J-Rock, he was impressive. Listen, I told you guys new media is coming. Y'all think I just keep saying this stuff, bro? We are taking over the globe. We are taking over this whole stratosphere, this whole thing, this whole game you know as boxing. There are more and more fans that are starting to see things our way, starting to talk with some common sense and stuff. And the people that don't, unfortunately, they just getting hung out to dry, bro. That's all it is. Like, you know, ESPN, you have a big box, you know, that covers boxing, and then you have your senior writer talking about Hurd won. Come on, bro. Like, this is sad. This is like old media is reaching new lows. They're reaching new lows. Like Jared Hurd himself, I don't think was even contesting that he lost. He had 3 belts. Really, the IBO was on the line too. So he lost 3 belts at home, and he himself wasn't even really crying about it. You know, shout out. See, listen, on new media, what we gonna do? We gotta get this game. We gotta restore this game back to what it really was, bro. Like what boxing used to be about. Shout out to that man Swift Jared Hurd. You know why? Because I'm gonna tell you, Al Haymon's killing the game, right? We're gonna get to all this stuff. Smash the like button. But shout out to Hurd for going in his backyard, getting bested, wanting the rematch, losing gracefully, even though he lost at home. He could be like, man, fucking my elbow. I don't know. You know, I got my hair dyed and that shit hurt my hair. Like, you know, he didn't make no excuse. He just manned up, sucked it up, said, let's run it back. I fuck with that, man. That's what boxing needs. Like, see, these UFC motherfuckers, these fans, these people be having 10, 11 losses and still get praise. But in boxing, you know what I'm saying? In boxing, they act like Broner got like 3 losses or whatever. But even when he had 2 losses and 1 loss, they were saying retire and stupid, dumb shit, bro. I tell you this, and this blows my mind. It's going to blow your mind too. It's going to blow your mind too. This dude, James Kirkland, has 2 losses. He only has 2 losses. He has 2 losses, but people, you know, it really feels like Kirkland got like 12 losses and shit, but he got 2 losses. 2. And people are like, oh, fuck, Kirkland, it's a wrap. Bro, he lost to Canelo. I don't know about the Ishida bullshit, but that man got 2 losses. But in boxing, they make it sound like Hurd said J-Rock was the better man. Stop, please, new media. No, Ronald Finkley, I think you read his comment wrong. He's agreeing with me. People act like these losses, like, you know, J-Rock lost to Charlo. He didn't lose to no weak-ass person. Like, bro, Charlo's good. Like, we got to restore this game, bro. We got to put some integrity back. That's what I hope to do. You know, not fuck hope. You know, we don't even need hope over here, bro. That's what I will do on my channel. We restoring the game, man. Shout out to my guy Icy, the one. He already kicked it off. He said J-Rock took advantage of Hurd using his head by putting his Forearms on neck and aiming for harder punches with more leverage. J-Rock showed layers. J-Rock was just a better man. He was hungry. He had a good game plan, him and his coach. It's just what it was. But old media looking crazy right now. They looking crazy as fuck, bro. ESPN talking about Hurd won, and he ain't even saying he won. He just saying run it back and taking the L as a man, like, you know, just taking one on the chin. I respect that. We got to bring some integrity back to this game. I respect that. Old media, I don't know what the fuck y'all doing. All you motherfuckers was talking about, see, listen, I speak what I see. I don't care about individual factions and stuff like you guys. Like some of you guys in the comment section that treat this boxing shit like gangbanging. Despite what you think. So when I say Al Haymon's killing, it's not because Al Haymon's giving me a fucking check. It's because that's what I see. That's what I see. I seen it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a straight shooter. Steak and potatoes. That's what I'm telling you guys. But these other motherfuckers are tribal. Some of them are bigots and racist. And they have favoritism and they have these allegiances to. So their side might not be, you know, doing the best or whatever. The fights, the matchups aren't like competing. So they try to make it into something else that is really not. PBC right now, a lot of people, I always told you on my channel, one thing we're going to do is be a voice for the underdog. Be a voice for, you know, the Cinderella mans of the story, the Cinderella womans of the story, the Cinderellas, I guess you could say, bro. We are going to give a voice to the people that didn't always have a voice. What I mean is oftentimes, like, you see certain groups, certain people, certain fighters, whatever, women, you know, black fighters, they never get the proper just due. Like women, they be getting paid like I'm not even trying to sound cocky, but I probably get paid, not probably, I know I get paid more than some of these women, and they fighting in main events and Kofi, you know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. It's crazy. So we gonna leverage the playing field. All that old media shit is a dub. I told you, Death Row East, please believe in that. You know, like it's criminal what they do to black fighters, how they don't give them credit. You know what I'm saying? Knowing you see the same damn shit I see. You know, that people, like with this whole DAZN thing, this fight for PBC was big because it was an entertaining fight. It was a unified, meaningful fight. It could set up a rematch because Jared Hurd says he wants to exercise the rematch clause that I guess was in the contract, and it was free. This man, Magic Johnson, see, I've been telling y'all the same thing. It's like, it's really like it's like babysitting in this boxing game. I tell y'all the same. Hey, put that down. Hey, put that down. Don't touch that fire. Leave the stove alone. Like, you know, it's like I'm saying the same thing over and over and over, and then until people have no choice but to fuck around and see it, you know, because it's so in your face, then that's when they finally admit. And they don't even admit. They don't just bow down and be like, oh shit, new media, y'all been telling, okay, Ego, he know a little something about a little something. You know what I'm saying? They don't do that. They just go on to some more bullshit. Oh, who wants to see Keith Thurman versus Pacquiao? It's just some stupid shit, bro. Look, you have one of the most famous Laker players of all time, Irvin Magic Johnson. You know, I be a cookie. You know, you got Magic Johnson, worth a lot of money. Magic Theaters. He used to have a record label. I don't know about that now, but he used to have Avant and shit. I can picture us in the living room. I seen Avant in concert. I seen it. Yeah, Magic Johnson had a record label. That motherfucker was putting out music, fucking magic music and shit. Us in the living room, get separate. Like this is what Irvin, your boy Irvin, Dream Team, Lakers, Larry Bird commercial having that. He said, wow, I just watched one of the best fights of the year. Julian Williams, you know, he beat Jared Hurd to become the new IBF WBA junior middleweight world champ. Bro, you got a fucking Laker. You got a Hall of Fame Laker talking about how it was a good fight on free TV, bro. Magic got money. There's no doubt about it. He got movie theaters and schools and parks and used to be with the Lakers. Magic got money, bro. If you could beat HIV, you got money, bro. Like Kanye said. He said, my grandma got, never mind. Y'all know the lyric that Kanye, he said, you mean to tell my grandma playing the NBA? You got magic, bro. Talking about the fight. It was on Fox. He with the Dodgers now. That's on Magic run some shit in LA, bro. He got bread, I'm telling you. So anyway, a business mogul, sports, legendary sports player. He talking about it's, you know what I'm saying? He's talking about Julian Williams versus Hurd. Again, this is why I told y'all Al Haymon is playing chess. Here's why. He playing chess because you could listen. I keep telling you guys the same thing, man. Y'all gotta smash the like button. You could just be you could be in the house perusing through the channels and just, what the fuck is this? And just stumbled upon J-Rock with them hooks and shit. And then, seeing a knockdown and be like, oh shit. What the fuck? What is it? And then just be glued to the tube. That doesn't really happen with streaming. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't, how you accidentally watch a fight on DAZN? Like, do you get what I'm saying? It's different. Like I said, you could just be scrolling through the channel looking for, something to watch, the news or something, and then just see J-Rock in there throwing them things and then knocking people down and, Hurd trying to fight back. You could just see that on TV. You can't accidentally watch DAZN. Like, oh, whoops. Oh, shit, I accidentally downloaded DAZN and set up a... They don't even do the free trial anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's not how that works. You don't just drop your phone. Oh, shit, I opened up the App Store and accidentally downloaded DAZN app. So, like, watching Canelo Jacobs, it has to be more deliberate. I don't know about this DAZN lawyer shit, bro. But I'm telling you, bro. Like, I don't have DAZN right now. Look, that's my app store. I can't just look. It don't just take you to DAZN. Oh shit, what? I feel possessed. You don't just download some shit. You have to be deliberately seen you have to see an ad, like Canelo or follow Canelo's career, like Jacobs, like, you know what I'm saying, like boxing or whatever the fuck. Al Haymon just put a classic on his company, on free TV. You could accidentally have watched that. You can't do that with ESPN Plus or DAZN or something like that. So that's big business. I'm curious what the numbers are. See, here's another thing. He said, I buy DAZN only for big fights, then cancel, LOL. And that's what they got to work on, trying to get long-term customers that stay for a period of some months and not stay because they forgot to cancel and then, want a refund and shit. But here's the other thing. I hit my pops up because I was in like round 4. I'm like, this is a good ass fight. This looked like Kane whooping your ass the other night. I was on my Menace Society. I was like, this. I was like, you remember when Kane was saying, where he was saying to Chauncey, he's like, this looked like Kane whooping your ass. So I told my pops to watch it. So my pops stopped what he was doing and started watching the fight. It don't work like that with streaming. You get what I'm saying? Like if Canelo Jacobs they start chunking them. I can't just hit my boy up and be like, hey, yo, fucking download the DAZN app, put in your credit card information, set up an account. It's different. You get what I'm saying? It's different. And by the time you do all that, you're going to miss some rounds unless you just, hacking into the mainframe and shit. So that's the beauty of free TV and fights being on network TV still. Is like you could still watch it by accident, or you can boost. That's how ratings get boosted oftentimes. You know what I'm saying? It's like, even if you weren't watching, like checking for this fight, somebody could hit you up and like, hey, turn on to Fox right now. This dude J-Rock is throwing, he just knocked him down, or whoop. That's how it's like word of mouth. That's how shit spreads. Like out in the Bay, we got some good food. Half of the food spots that I know about came from word of mouth. That's it. That's where they came from. Word. Man, this taco truck in Martinez, boy, I tell you. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to go to Crustaceans. See, y'all don't know about this shit. Oakland got some good food too, and Frisco. Espetu. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could tell you some places just from being out here. You know what I'm saying? So that word of mouth. Somebody could have been watching Hurd and Williams, because most people have, you know, some form of access to Fox, you know, cable. It's a basic channel unless you don't have cable. Do you think all that punishment is starting to take a toll on Hurd? No. I think all of J-Rock's skills and all of J-Rock's game plan is taking a toll on Hurd. That's it. Styles make fights. J-Rock, listen, everybody give, shout out to Berkeley. You dig. Zachary's Pizza in Berkeley. Go to that Chicago style pizza. They have another one. I think it's called like Straw Hut Pizza or Cheese Box or some shit. That shit is good. They don't even eat meat. I'm a meat eater too. Pause. That sounds crazy. I'm a meat eater too, girlfriend. Like that shit sound crazy. But they make meatless pizza and it's still hella good. Y'all don't be. Yeah, come on, man. Yeah. I was like, hey, I eat some meat. I eat my meat. Yeah. Man, I ain't pausing shit. I don't give a fuck. I don't care what nobody talk about. New media, we doing so goddamn good. I don't care. Y'all say whatever y'all want about me. I don't give a shit. Man, I ain't saying pause. I ain't doing that. I'm not hitting pause. I'm not hitting rewind. I said what I said. Whatever. Fuck it. Nah, fuck all that. Anyway, you can stumble upon a fight like that on accident, and it happened to be a real good fight, bro. It happened to be a real good fight. I really like it, but people just bow down and give J-Rock his P's. Just give him his props. That's what it is. He deserves props. This dude was written off by everybody. He was a 7-1 underdog, 10-1, whatever underdog, and he didn't fight like no goddamn underdog. He fought like a dog. See, there's a difference, and that's what, you know, one thing about this fight, like, that's near and dear to me, is this is, for me, this is the type of fight where it makes you really appreciate the sport of boxing. It really does. See, I think one of the reasons why boxing is my favorite sport is because when you humanize it and you look at boxing, life is just like boxing. Like, more so than any other sport, life is like boxing. And I'm not trying to be all symbolic and, you know, all that extra shit. But that's what I really look at. Life is more like boxing. Because more often than not, is you versus life, you know, and the obstacles that life throws at you, versus most other sports. Shout out to Compton, I see y'all. Most other sports are team sports, and, you know, it's not just the quarterback's fault the team lost. If you lose in boxing, don't matter what your trainer is, what your coach said, you are responsible for making the adjustments. You are the one in there taking the punches to not get caught, not to do anything silly. Right? So that's why I relate to boxing different, because life is boxing. Life is just like boxing. You know, we've all had ups, downs, peaks and valleys, good times, great times. And most of us, unless you live a silver spoon life, you've had dark times. And it's up to you to fight for that. That's what J-Rock did, bro. To see him fall to his knees and like getting choked up and crying because he just so happy. Bro, he changed his life overnight. See, y'all think this is some fucking game, bro. I'm not even putting too much on it. This man changed his life overnight. He was written off fighting Nathaniel Gallimores and people like that. And then now he's at least gonna probably get at least a Hurd fight or the Harrison Charlo winner. This man overnight has 3 belts. He has the IBO, the whatever the fuck, IBF, and whatever other one he has, WBA or whatever. Overnight, just off of a great strategy, conditioning. I look at boxing and I respect the fuck out this game, and I respect these fighters and just the passion and the dedication that it takes. This man is a Muslim. You know, I'm not Muslim, but he's a Muslim, and he's going through Ramadan. We all know what Ramadan is. Get in your ass quick fast like Ramadan. You know, he's fasting right now and had crazy cardio. That's impressive. This man, Amir Khan, he lost a fight and he blamed Ramadan. Said he felt weak. Because he couldn't eat or whatever the case may be. You know, and I'm not trying to get too religious here. You know, respect to everybody's religion, but to be fasting and not, you know, you're on your regular eating ability schedule, the ability to eat freely. You know what I'm saying? And you put on a performance like that, and you had a motor like that. You had a motor like that against a bigger person in his backyard who has been known to wear guys down and maybe even lose parts of the fight and still just break them down with size and determination and guts and glory. That was impressive what J-Rock did. Real talk. That's very impressive. This motherfucker he defied like almost all odds. Someone's backyard, fasting for Ramadan, you know, got written off, was the underdog because he got knocked out by Charlo. People said he sucks, he had no chin, and, you know, Hurd was way too big. And, you know, Hurd had been looking good too. He'd been stopping guys. You know, Edison Lada's a great fighter, and he knocked him down. J-Rock didn't even get knocked down or anything. He didn't look like he was in danger. He deserves this. That's what, you know, more so than new media killing old media and stuff. That's what I like about boxing, is these human stories. Like, that's a come up story, bro. Everybody should get behind J-Rock. Everybody should be, you know, Philly's the state of brotherly, or the place of brotherly love. We need some brotherly love for that performance. That was big. He just created his own ripple in the pond in one night. Jarrett Hurd came out with a marching band and Washington Redskin and was feeling it. By fight's end, you see that look on his face change, because I think he knew that he got bested. But, you know, shout out to Hurd. They can run it back. I definitely watch a rematch, because now that Hurd knows kind of how he fights, and maybe it's different. I don't know. But this is what I love about boxing, real talk. And then with Al Haymon, what he did, he got Magic Johnson saluting it. You had the opportunity for, see, this is the type of stuff that to me really, really moves the needle and grows the sport. I don't give a fuck about sides or nothing, but real is real, fake is fake. If you don't come to my channel for real talk, then miss me with it. Don't leave. I don't care. Don't need you. Don't want you here. If you're not here to be honest with what you see, I don't care what nobody says. J-Rock versus Hurd was a better fight than Canelo versus Jacobs, in terms of how it played out. It was a better fight than Crawford Khan. I fuck with Crawford. I fuck with Jacobs. I fuck with Canelo, right? But Crawford was like more of a one-sided beatdown, and Khan didn't really look out of place, and it ended funky. You know, Canelo and Jacobs, it was cool. You know, it's not the word. It's not like Tyson Fury, Klitschko, or Rancis Bartholomew, Robert Easter Jr., but I did expect more from that fight. This, I expected a sleeper hit, and it more than delivered. You feel what I'm saying? And the difference is, DAZN, you have to pay $19.99 a month or $9.99 something a month. And I don't know what the Crawford Khan was. That was pay-per-view. This was all on free TV. That's impressive. Man, I love an underdog story. I told you I represent the underdogs. This is the year of the upset. And guess who else is getting upset? Old media. They've been around so long preaching the same bullshit, scoring fights fucked up, not giving certain fighters credit. So get ready for the year of the upsets. Rose got slammed on her head. Michael Venom Page, shout out to Lima. Douglas Lima slept. You know, that uppercut was like super quick. Just that leg kick was vicious, bro. I watched it. I went back and watched it. He kicked him, but Lima's always had them leg kicks. I seen him kick guys and they just on the mat, like crawling back. He kicking their legs so fucking hard. So anyway, he kicked his leg, made him collapse, and then he was out of position, tried to get up real quick, and hit him with that Saget from Street Fighter. Tiger! He hit him with that Tiger! Tiger! Oh my gosh. J-Rock with the upset. Bro, it's the year of the upsets, bro. It's the year of the upsets. But yeah, that was just a great fight for free TV, especially, and it was meaningful. It was, Al Haymon. I told you, and bro, it's. I feel like everybody. I feel like Al Haymon now he didn't like show all of his cards. Nobody did. Like the first 2 quarters was semi light. Tiger. It was semi-light, but now we're starting to see PBC kick into second gear. The only people who are mad at this are the people who are anti-PBC and want you to believe some bullshit. Shout out to Messiah. He said, I'm from DC. I was going for Hurd, but J-Rock boxed like a young B-Hop. Gotta give T.I. Give him T.I. Hey, fix it expeditiously. I don't get that. We got, 2. I just seen T.I., bro. I was like, hey, Kodak, fit that. Fix it expeditiously. Hey, zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, what it is, pimp? You threw me off with the T.I. We got to give him his props. We saw a pay-per-view fight last night on live TV. Shout out to Messiah. See, and he from the DMV. There's nothing wrong with repping where you from. There's nothing wrong with being wrong. We just trying to restore the order in the game. Shout out to Messiah from being from that region and still being like, oh, shit, run it back, job well done. That's good. I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with these fucking liars. Tiger. These people who are lying, they know they didn't see some stupid shit and then they go run around. Like, it's crazy. And new media, we just keep leveling up. You see it. The motherfuckers been hating on Al Haymon, the black man, for so long. And yes, I'm going to keep saying black man. That's what he is. That's what I'm going to say. Because I know that has something to do with it with a lot of people. Not me, not a lot of you, but some of you that is hating on him. Right? They give everybody a fucking fair shake and a chance to succeed with their new American business, except for the black man. And I'm not trying, you're pulling the race. Tell me I'm lying. Jay-Z and Rock Nation enter the sport. Jay-Z's the face of Rock Nation, right? Even though he has other people working for him, like Yormark and all that, right? Jay-Z, they say, this won't work. They're wasting money. Al Haymon, this won't work. He's getting lawsuit. He's blocking venue. He's getting sued. Woo, woo, woo. 50 Cent, all that. DAZN comes in America. We're not even really familiar with the product. See, this is the difference. Al Haymon, we already knew with his stable, we already knew who he had, and him working with Wonderboy, we kind of knew what type of matches they were capable of making. Like Al Haymon had Canelo versus Mayweather under his belt too, with Wonderboy, and then Danny Garcia versus Lucas Matisse on one pay-per-view. So it's not like that. DAZN, we didn't really know much about the company or about their venture until they come. But because Eddie Hearn and John Skipper, all these other people are promoting and advocating for it, people are like gung-ho, oh yeah. And then they was hating on PBC. I'm telling y'all don't want to turn it to no gang shit because y'all can't win because y'all not keeping it fair, y'all not keeping it a buck. You know what I'm saying? Like you always say, tell the truth. Tell the truth. Yeah, tell the truth, motherfucker. Al Haymon he's really hurting his comp. I'm telling you. Look at it. See, again, old media is so used to being able to hear me say it and say stuff so freely and then just meet it with resistance, even though they know they don't have a point. Even though they know they don't have a point and I'm right, they'll say, oh, you fucking sucking PBC's dick, you PBC lover. Nobody is moved by that. Nobody gives a fuck about any of that. Prove what I'm saying wrong. Just look at it. And then the more I say this, and then it happens, the better new media looks for keeping it real, and the worse that they look. Old media is looking crazy right now. So let's just talk about it. And I'm like I said, I'll cover anybody's fight. A good fight is a good fight. But just look at the landscape of boxing and tell me who's leading the pack. That's all I'm asking. Right? Julian J. Rock Williams in a unification where the underdog actually won and the judges got it right in the person's backyard. That is a win. That is a W for boxing. Because it could have been some fucked up cards like Dan Raphael's card and they said Hurd won or some controversy. That man won a unanimous decision, which was absolutely right. It shouldn't have been no majority, shouldn't have been no split decision. It should have been an actual unanimous decision. So they got the decision right. We didn't have to pay for it in the same vein as like a pay-per-view or like DAZN $9.99 a month or $100 a year or whatever. Right? People seem genuinely happy with that. On the telecast, they had some other good undercard fights. Mario Barrios and also Aleem versus Korbov, I thought was a fun fight. Then on the telecast, they announced Fox pay-per-view, Manny Pacquiao versus, I just want to announce I will be, I will be fighting my next fight with Keith Thurman versus Pacquiao. Gets announced. You know, it's been a rumor. Some people were even recently saying, you notice I didn't make no video about that, but some people were saying that Pacquiao was getting cold feet and he's thinking about other options or some bullshit. I didn't make no video because none of my sources said nothing like that. People I know, nobody said that. So I just kept it cool. See, that's what I'm saying. Some people think, oh, you just read and look at shit and make video, whatever. Then everyone should be successful. Then if you have my formula for success, then everybody should do it, and they should be able to quit their job like me and have no job outside of boxing. If it's that, if that's stupid. How you know someone else's formula and they're doing this YouTube shit full time and everything about what makes them a success, but you can't duplicate it. You can't get out of your job doing it. That's what I'm saying. Old media is over for them. It's over. If you know so much, then you should be winning it. Period. But anyway, that's Pacquiao versus Thurman. There's nothing, bro. People are here. I'm gonna show you how desperate. I got screenshots for all this shit. Man. People were trying to complain. Look, they announced the Keith Thurman. This is how desperate old media is right now. They announced Pacquiao Thurman, Fox is like, oh yeah, check out Pacquiao Thurman coming up in July. Pay-per-view? Keith Thurman ain't a pay-per-view name. Oh my gosh. These dudes are so desperate to see somebody try to fail or whatever. So you're complaining because you feel Keith Thurman's not a pay-per-view name. Hey, stop responding to this bot shit. Don't even give them the light of day. We talking. Everybody stay focused. Everybody stay focused on the class, bro. That's what they come in. That's what they come in for. Block Rob Stanford. Block him too. He said I ain't ordering it, motherfucker. You don't have to announce what you doing. We don't care. New media is winning. Fuck what you talking about, bro. New media is winning. You just said that to. This is what they always do. I say stuff, they can't refute it, so they name call or say what the exact opposite of what I'm saying just to spite me. Bro, I don't care if you order it or don't order it. There's going to be other people that order it because it's a good fight. Pacquiao still has a fan base. I know because I was at his last fight with Adrian Broner. These dudes they got so much hate in their heart, they can't even admit to being wrong. They can't just hold the L. That's what's wrong with the game. They can't hold that L, but we gonna force you to hold that L. This is not hot potato. They try to hot potato the L and toss it. Nah, that's y'all's. Old media, just hold the L. The representation that you guys have, the media that you guys like, because you always say what I say is ridiculous and over the top and horrific. Let's look at it. I said Canelo versus Jacobs was a close fight. That's what I said. I said I don't care if you gave Canelo the fight or Jacobs, but it was close. It could have even been a draw. They say, oh, shut the fuck up, you motherfucker. Right? Got mad at me. After that point, Juan Manuel Marquez said a Mexican legend, said that Canelo lost the fight, and he gave the fight to Jacobs. Julio Diaz said, Tim Bradley's old trainer, and he trains a lot of fighters. He trained Lucas Matisse and different people, and he fought himself. He said he expected more from Canelo. Canelo could have got the knockout, but he got winded, and a lot of the rounds in the later part became Jacobs rounds are close, right? Julio Cesar Chavez said that Canelo, he's good, but he's at the back of the top 10 greatest Mexican fighters of all time, and he didn't learn much from his last fight. So what I'm saying, they try their best to condemn me. That's why I'm not moved by any of that. I say my opinion. You can agree or disagree, but I know what I'm saying is not like out of this world. It's not crazy. I said the same thing with Wilder Fury. I said, man, I had to fight a draw. Oh, you're ridiculous. All this. Then you look at old me. You look at Dan Rafael. He says Hurd won the fight that most people think he got dominated in, and he didn't look the same. He looked kind of sluggish, slapping with his punches, never really got into a sustained rhythm. You tell me who's winning. That's the type of scoring. So my scorecards are ridiculous for saying Wilder Fury was a draw, even though Freddie Roach said he could see it being a draw, and he was working with Team Fury. And, and all these legendary fighters said that Jacobs' fight was, close with Canelo. And Canelo faded and stuff. My scorecards are horrible, but then people are saying Hurd won. Like old media saying Hurd won in the fight that we all watch. That's what I'm saying. It's over. J-Dog, King Corleone, Real Brother 32. We try to warn you guys. Bow down to something that's greater than yourself. Trick. We try to warn you what was coming. The J-Rock fight was a good fight. And like I said, Al Haymon, they don't want to give him credit. They want to say he's ruining boxing. And, bro, they're trying to infiltrate because he's making power moves. I'm telling you. We'll wait to see what the numbers are for a free TV fight. But irregardless of the numbers, it was a good fight. It was a meaningful fight, right? Next week, a fight I will be covering is Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. I'm so frustrated. They have an all access. It's on Showtime Boxing's YouTube, so you can watch the all access to try to get hype for the fight or get some background information for free. Then the actual fight, you have to have Showtime, and that's happening. Wilder's talking crazy. He's talking about, I'm going to delete this fool, and I want to see him on the ground shivering and quivering. He's saying a bunch of crazy shit. Breazeale said Wilder going to retire after this, and he enlisted a good trainer, a new trainer, to spice shit up, Virgil Hunter. I think it'll be a good fight, right? And then just look at some of the upcoming fights that they have. Just, you tell me. Charlo, Harrison was a good press conference. They gotta. It's gonna be like Charlo gets justice, or is it gonna be Harrison proving that it wasn't a fluke the first time? You get what I'm saying? Then a week later, his brother's fighting in Houston, so you already know that's gonna go dummy, because he's from Houston and he's fighting the winner of the Contender Series that Triple G wanted, but whatever PBC did or whatever, they got Brandon Adams so that's a triple header with 3 title fight or eliminators or whatever. You have Keith Thurman Pacquiao on Fox pay-per-view, and I really like how Fox did their pay-per-view. Put it this way. Who promoted their pay-per-view better? ESPN promoting Crawford Khan? Just be 100% honest. See, once I strip down all the excuses, all the bullshit, we get to it. Cut the man fanship. Who promoted their pay-per-view better? ESPN promoting Crawford Khan or Fox promoting Spence Garcia? What do you think had better material and content leading up to the fight? Let me know. Fox did better. Fox, PBC by far. Crawford Khan wasn't on a TV commercial until the week of the fight. Fox pay-per-view was much better. Here's what they think about you. Here's what they think about you. I'm just saying what like I said, Bernie Mac of this shit. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. I'm saying what the people feel. And beyond that, I'm saying what I feel. I'm saying what I feel, and the people happen to feel that. That's just what it is. Listen, I'm not knocking Crawford Khan. I didn't think it was a bad fight, like stylistic. Like, it was interesting to see if Khan could outbox him, but we found out quickly that wasn't the case. He got dropped in round 1, and it ended untraditionally. And the promotion behind it wasn't the same. Like, they waited till like damn near the fight week to start promoting it, versus Mikey Garcia was, doing the kangaroo flexing and snack. Plus I was making videos. Them shits was going viral. Like, or at least, for my channel size, I was doing numbers. Every time I did a video about Khan Crawford, it doesn't do the traction. That's how you know, bro. Just that's how another way you could judge the magnitude of a fight. Watch when I do these Pacquiao Thurman videos. People saying they don't want to see it, but when I make Pacquiao Thurman videos as the fight ensues, look at the numbers. Just watch. So you don't even have to take, the proof is in the pudding. You don't even have to take my word for this shit. So anyway, I think I like Pacquiao Thurman, and I especially like to see Pacquiao involved in Fox. That's big, bro. Pacquiao is still a legend, and he has a fan base. Fox they have an outlet where they can continue advertising to casuals, and casuals already know who the fuck Pacquiao is. So to me, I think since they have that direct connection without even having a premium network, that will be big. And I think that's the rightful spot for a fight like that. Fox, because they're going to use their channels and like all these other Fox cards to, promote the fight, and people already know who Pacquiao is. So that's a good way to turn up. You get what I'm saying? You don't have to have like a premium network to get the build-up stuff. Fox capitalized during Dallas football games. Facts. That's what I'm saying. They had Mikey and they had Errol Spence. Plus, they did a face-off. Why didn't we get a Crawford Khan face-off? That would have been fun. You get what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man, you see, I know it's just like a fight. I told you, life is like boxing. Life is like a fight. You see the tide shifting. You see how new media is starting to really, really even pull away. Like, we've always been in the lead. Don't get that twisted. But the separation is, like Jay said, the separation is clear. The separation is clear. Like, you seen that, like, they starting to get lapped now, like, bad. The shit they say and all that bullshit that they be coming out with in the videos is that you starting to see more and more of. Like, people, like, let's say DAZN has to enhance their promoting scheme or whatever. Just putting on people's YouTube videos, commercials, and little clickable links, I don't think that's enough. They got to get people hyped about the fights that they're putting on. But you have a bunch of people from the UK, and they're constantly oh yeah, it's only $100 a month. That's a great deal. Like, you from the UK, you fuck. You can't even get this shit. Why would I listen to you? That's what I said from the beginning. If you live in the UK, you have no access to DAZN because you have to get your content through Sky Sports, ITV4 and 1, and BT Sport. So why would I listen to you as to what's a good deal, and you're not even eligible to receive that deal? There, you see how stupid that sounds? People in the UK trying to tell America, oh, you stupid yank fucks, get DAZN. It's only $100 in a month. That's a great value. What are you talking about? If it's such a great value, you get it. You download it on your phone. Oh, that's right. You can't, because Eddie Hearn is double dipping, and he's on Sky Sports getting money through them, and then he's trying to see where this go with DAZN. These dudes telling you about what's a great value and shit, and never even open the app because they don't even have access to the app. See how stupid that sounds? Because when you try to go download it, it says not available in your country, not available in your region. And I know LJ, she's already mentioned to me, she's in Australia and it's not available. Tell him, L, if you still in here, tell him. So she's proof. Certain regions don't have access to even getting the app. They try and it'll say, I even have on Twitter sometimes. Sometimes on Sky Sports will air like a highlight, like David Price getting bid or some shit. And then I'll see the video and I'll hit play and it'll say not available in your country. It's like region coded, like PAL NTSC type shit, so you can't even get it. So why do I need somebody who's not even eligible to get DAZN telling me what's the value and what's a good deal? That's like me being in prison and then I'm telling you what's a good deal. Like, man, Raising Cane got the best chicken. Like, you tried it? Nope. I'm in jail. I'm eating slop and goulash. Like, get your dumb ass out of here, bro. You in prison trying to tell someone about a new restaurant that opened up and how they got the best chicken, and you in prison. You eating prison loaf. They see how stupid that sounds? Raising Cane just opened and you doing 25 and you never had Raising Cane because you in prison. You on the yard and shit. You on the yard and you trying to tell me that Raising Cane is killing Popeyes or some stupid shit. And you eating prison loaf. The fuck is you talking about, bro? That's like a bunch of virgins telling me what sex feel like. Man, right when you hit it, you do that thing, it feel like boysenberry pie. Like boysenberry pie? Man, have you ever had sex? No. But I seen some porn. Like, man, get your dumb ass out of here, bro. A bunch of virgins telling me what sex feel like, bro. I'm the king, man. Wilt Chamberlain. I know what this shit feel like. This ain't no American Pie. This ain't my first rodeo. A bunch of virgins telling me what sex feel like. Like, did you grab her titty? Yeah. It felt like a bag of sand. Like a bag of sand? What are you talking about? Crazy. It all makes sense. You're a virgin. 40-year-old virgin and shit. Remember when Seth Rogen was like, it all makes sense. You're a virgin. Y'all some 40-year-old virgins out this motherfucker trying to tell me what the fuck is going on. Y'all don't know what's going on. Y'all don't even drink alcoholic beverages. You drink virgin, you know what I'm saying? You drink Shirley Temples and shit, bro. Listen. You dealing with a real one. Go drink your Shirley Temple, your virgin margarita. You virgin. You a virgin, bro. Lead this to the adults. Listen, I'm the new Mike Tyson. I just want to fornicate. I'm the king of fornicate. I hope nobody comes in on my stream at that point. I'm the king of fornications. They're like, what? I came here for boxing. What the fuck is this guy talking about? He said he's the king of forn. I don't care. They took all my money. Can I at least get a blowjob? I'm the new Mike Tyson. I say how it is, bro. I just want to fornicate. I broke my back. It's spinal. Like, I'm on that Mike Tyson shit, bro. You know what I'm saying is true. He was crying in there. I hit him to the butt. I hit him, I don't know what round, perhaps it was the third round. I hit him to the body and he made these cute feminine gestures. He was crying in there. He was, ooh, I can't do it, but he was crying in there. I'm Mike Tyson now. This is my house, Kemosabe. Yeah, man, these 40-year-old virgins you trying to tell me what DAZN is like and what it's worth and all that, and you can't even get it. See how stupid it is? A bunch of virgins telling, porn stars what sex feel like. It just doesn't make sense. Man, so what you gotta do is you kissing at the nape of the neck. Like, shut your stupid ass up, bro. You don't tell grown folk how to do this shit, bro. You kiss right here, you know what I'm saying? Leave a hickey, and then what you want to do, like, bro, you ain't even made it to, like, second base. What are you talking about, bro? You not Mark McGuire out here. You not Barry Bonds out here. You ain't even touched no plates yet. You know what I'm saying? We definitely know you ain't sliding into home. You are not Ricky Henderson. I'm Ricky Henderson now. Shout out to Oakland. I'm Ricky Henderson. I'm Jose Canseco. You don't know nothing about this. These dudes trying to tell you how to steal bases. I'm Ricky Henderson. I stole all the bases. You ain't never even touched first base. You trying to tell me with some shit that, like, these dudes is crazy. The first time I tried that Cane's, my cousins were hyping the shit out of it. I was extremely Now, Raising Cane go dumb. I like Cane's. I like Cane's. But yeah, man, people, oh yeah, this is a great value. All right, you get it. It's a great value. You get it. Bottom line is they got to improve their promotion, in my opinion, and they have to connect. Like, to me, I'm just being real with you. Julian J. Rock Williams' story and how it was all displayed and laid out in front of us, that touched me as a fan of the sport and as a human. Like, to see the adversity and the fall and rise, that was a great story. I didn't really get that from Canelo Jacobs. You know, it was just kind of a fight. You know what I'm saying? Smash the like button. The real is back. I don't feel like it had the any level of drama or and see, this is what I'm saying is, like, this, it's good when fights don't play out how everyone expects it to play out, because it upsets the apple cart, and that upset rattles things, and that's good. Like Pac said, change is good for any of us. Whatever it takes for any of y'all to get up out the hood, I ain't mad at you. Change is good for any of us. With J-Rock, that's an interesting change, because everyone was thinking it was going to be Charlo versus Hurd. J-Rock came out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And then Tony Harrison upset Charlo, and we'll see what happens in the rematch. Harrison swears he's in Charlo's head. You know, so now the 154-pound division is shook up. Like Elvis, you got me all shook up. It's all shook up now. Everybody was expecting Charlo Harrison. Now it's like, Charlo Hurd. Now we don't know what the fuck we gonna get. Change, interesting. Now you look at the contemporary. See, they get mad. I know they just seething. Because I'm saying this, but you know what I'm saying is true. For example, Jaime Munguia. He's a champion in that same division. Who he gonna fight? That's gonna be a legendary instant classic type fight. They said he's not rematching Dennis Hogan. Who he gonna fight? This is what I'm talking about. Who is Jaime Munguia, a champion at 154? I told you all this stuff was coming. Al Haymon has, in essence, created a mini tournament all within his own PBC infrastructure. And on top of that, Hurd, who we expected to win, or a lot of people, not we, but I didn't even make a fight prediction, but a lot of people expected him to win, didn't win. So now he's going to have to try to avenge that. Or the winner, J-Rock, fights the winner of Charlo Harrison. That's basically like a little tournament. So who can Munguia fight? He already knocked out Saddam Ali, who just got knocked out again by another guy who wasn't expected to beat him. Mauricio Herrera, I don't know if he's retiring, but he just got knocked out. Jesse Vargas, he beat Humberto Soto. Is that what they're going to go for? Do you get what I'm saying? Jaime Munguia versus Jesse Vargas at 154 or a catchweight? That doesn't really mean the same as Charlo Harrison 2, J-Rock versus Hurd 2, or the winner, J-Rock versus Charlo Harrison winner. So like I told y'all, and I said this before, I know who watches my channel, man. I told y'all this mini tournament shit before the fight even happened. I didn't even know if it was, how the fight would play out. I just told y'all to watch because I thought it was going to be a good fight, and I told you it was going to be a sleeper hit. But I've already told you, you have to be able to look ahead a little bit. Al Haymon has like a mini tournament going on. I don't know if people are going to give him credit for it, but, it is what it is. Now you have 4 guys involved with each other that can mix and match them. It can make interesting fights. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Charlo versus J-Rock. Just because one Charlo beat J-Rock, that don't mean nothing. Because when I watched Jamal Charlo versus Trout and Jermell Charlo versus Trout, they were different fights. So I told y'all. Now you look at the welterweight division, which is historically one of the, popping divisions that we've had like legendary fighters fight in. Pacquiao versus Thurman confirmed, and we know Errol Spence versus Sean Porter is likely on the way, whether it's on free TV, which is rumored, or not. So it's another, like I told you before, it's another tournament in the works. What does old media have to say? Nothing. The only thing they could do is complain and hate. When Errol Spence fought Mikey on pay-per-view, they said, this is ridiculous. This is an outrage. Why would I pay for this fight? But then now they're talking about Spence and Porter on free TV, and they still mad. So we can't, we can't really be bothered by opinion. There's no pleasing someone like that. So we just keep knocking down doors and doing what we do. Ego killing these old media fanboys. Man, I owe it to y'all too. Y'all helping it. Because look at the comments we get. Look at the people who resist new media and look at the people who are supporting. And you tell me that the comments aren't more articulated and well thought out by new media. They just saying stupid shit. Oh, shut up, take off, show me your eyes. Stupid shit like that. King Corleone said facts. Mike B. Just look at the new media like talking about boxing. Ego, I hate when a fighter takes an L, they automatically considered trash. Those losses make the fighters better a lot of times, like Jacobs, Williams, Tevin Farmer, etc. Big facts. And I told you, we got to get out of this notion that you guys, some of you don't know what a fucking chin is. Y'all get hit by the fucking tooth fairy and get knocked out. And then be the first to say, oh, this guy has no chin. Like, J-Rock is not, he got hurt by a punch he didn't see coming by a big puncher. Period. Everyone just wrote him off. Everyone wrote him off. That's unfair. They said, oh, he had no chin. They've been saying that with Jacobs, too. I'm telling you, there's a different Tim Bradley. You can't say he don't have a chin because the people who hurt him should have hurt him if they connected flesh, which they did. Pacquiao, Ruslan, Provodnikov. Bradley wasn't in there, doing backflips versus Devin Alexander or somebody else who was like a moderate puncher. Like, that's why people say no. I'm not trying to pick on him, but like Amir Khan. He gets rocked and hurt and shook up by people that you wouldn't really expect to shake up the other top guys at those divisions. Like Chris Algieri hurt Khan. Chris Algieri, there's nothing he landed on Spence that deterred him. I can't picture Chris Algieri hurting Danny Garcia ever. Julio Diaz knocked Khan down and hurt him at a catchweight. Facts. Keith Thurman ran through Julio Diaz and broke his ribs. Samuel Vargas got destroyed by Spence and destroyed by Danny Garcia, but somehow hurt Khan multiple times and dropped him really bad and hurt him. That's different. That's not J-Rock. J-Rock ain't on no shit like he got hurt in one fight that we know about, like to that severity. And they act like that's eternal. That's not how boxing works. Sergio Martinez. And see, they do it to black fighters. I'm telling you, they do a lot of this bullshit to black fighters. Sergio Martinez got knocked the fuck out by Antonio Margarito. Some of y'all don't even know that. And we don't even know if Margarito was cheating back then or early in his career. So, and look, Sergio Martinez went on to do great things in the sport. Beat Kelly Pavlik, beat up on Julio Cesar Chavez, a much bigger guy. So, you can't look at boxing like that. Sometimes matches are made, and it favors the guy that they wanted to favor. The other person gets it on late notice or had a bad camp. You don't really know. But my thing is, when I see someone continually get, like David Price for the heavyweight division, he been stopped like 6 times, 5 times, 5 losses, 5 stoppages. That's different. That's why people say certain guys don't have a chin, because it's like you're fighting and you're being hurt by like all these guys. Like, can anyone picture Hurtin Tepper knocking out Wilder? Yeah, some of y'all like, who the fuck is Hurtin Tepper? You know what I'm saying? And I don't care if he was on drugs or not. He not finna knock out Wilder. He said, what is Timothy Bradley made of? Steel. Yeah, Roy Jones is funny. So, the proof is in the pudding. It's just, you guys see it. You guys see the tides. So it's like, and the thing I like, this is good. Al Haymon's killing. This is good because it's good for boxing, but beyond that, it's good for competition. So hopefully everybody ups their ante and then puts on the best matches. Like, you have no choice. Okay, if you have to, okay, what is DAZN? Name a fight that DAZN can make that they could put on the Pacquiao Thurman day that will overshadow Pacquiao Thurman. Something that's realistic that they can make. Go. So don't say Canelo, because he fights on the Mexican dates. So name a realistic fight that they could put on July 20th on the same date as Pacquiao Thurman that you believe would overshadow it or even take away, major numbers. He said does not exist. Yeah, it can't be Joshua because he's fighting a month before. So what can they do? What can they do? Like, even if they want to put something on that date, what fight can they put? Okay, I'm really going. Listen, I'm not here to waste my time or your time. You guys have to stop with these wild ass guesses. How the fuck can Triple G fight Charlo? And Charlo has his own fight and Triple G has his own fight. I said realistic. So if you don't know enough about boxing to know that that's not realistic, then bro, just don't say nothing, bro. How can Triple G fight Charlo July 20th when Triple G's fighting mid-June against Steve Rolls and Charlo's fighting in Houston? It doesn't make sense. You guys just keep doing it's not about being right. Be right if you know you're right and you have an actual something to add and insert into the conversation. If you can't think of something that directly doesn't answer that answers the question, then what's the point of even putting something like that? Triple G and Charlo ain't gonna happen. Period. So someone said Triple G versus Abel Sanchez. Stop. Yeah, battle for the Mexican style title. Yeah, I like that. So once again, let's try this again. Listen, shooters, if they say something that does not coincide with actual dates, like the fighter has another fight, spray them. So we'll try this again. We're going to get back to the basic. Manny Pacquiao is fighting Keith Thurman July 20th. Name a DAZN fight that is realistic. And realistic means that fighter doesn't already have a scheduled fight. That fighter would be free. That they could put on the same date that would even compete with that. That's just one fight weekend. But name something. I wasn't thinking about the dates at first, bro. That's the problem. People, you're not thinking. You just say whatever comes to mind, bro. That's not what this is for. That's not what these exercises are for. I want to know because I have the way I think, right? I'm like, okay, this makes sense. This makes sense to me. So I want to hear realistic, but there's no reason that people should be spouting out just random answers to try to add something and insert something to the conversation. And they haven't even thought. They haven't even thought to see if that even makes sense. And I know a lot of you guys actually watch boxing. So how can I, within seconds of hearing it or reading it, tell you that wouldn't work? and you guys watch boxing. I know you do because you know I see some of your names, and then you just that's because people are just blurting it out, trying to put out an answer. It's not for that. The reason the whole thing is about trying to come up with a reasonable answer or argument to counter what we're talking about. So again, Pacquiao Thurman, I can't see of anything that DAZN just do a little bit of forward thinking. I can't think of anything. Demetrius Andrade's fighting Selesky sometime. I don't even remember. But Canelo already fought. He's not fighting again until September. Triple G choose to fight a bakery owner or whatever, Steve Rolls. That's their biggest stars. So we know for a fact, even if DAZN is to put something on that date, it's not going to be in direct competition to the point where it would overshadow DAZN date. That's only one PBC date. What about Sean Porter versus Errol Spence? That's supposed to be a couple weeks after, in August. So name a fight that can happen. You guys don't see the trend. They get mad when I'm saying this, but they can't think of anything to disprove what I'm saying. So name something that you think is realistic to get done that they can make to compete with Spence versus Porter August 3rd or whatever it is. Name something. And then we can go through Top Rank and do the same thing. Because Canelo's not coming back to the fall, so he's not going to step in and you know, put and I don't even know who he's going to fight next either. That's another thing. You see? They have no answers for it. Finkley said, you can't make this shit up. That's how I know their narratives are played out. They don't make any sense anymore. They don't make any sense anymore. People get mad because they're trying to be territorial and they're trying to, oh, this guy, he's fucking biased. You can say whatever you want about me. Prove me wrong. I don't care about it. Okay, I'm biased. Great. Now prove me wrong. You see? Once you strip, it's like Black Panther. When they had Challenge Day, they removed Black Panther's additional powers, so it was a fair one. So in the hot seat, you got to shoot the fair one. No weapons, no knives, no guns, no. This is a fair one. They don't want the fair fade because when you strip away all the bullshit and a little sidebar conversation and insults and name calling and, oh, you're biased, you're rate, all this stupid shit, they have nothing to insert into the conversation. That's why new media is destroying them. They have nothing insightful to say. They're not countering with like, oh yeah, Pacquiao Thurman, DAZN's gonna put this on it. Because they know. They know what I'm saying is true. And if you don't know what I'm saying is true, then you tell me. Tell me what the fight is. This is competition, people. Every man for himself, every woman for themselves. So in competition, you have to be able to compete. You have to be able to compete in some capacity. Right? Some people genuinely like McDonald's better than Burger King. Some people genuinely like Burger King better than McDonald's. But in this game of boxing, is there anyone that is going to say at this moment, I'd rather pay $20 a month or $100 a year for, you know, some 352-pound heavyweight, you know, Andre Selesky, who already lost to Jacobs, who just lost, versus Julian J. Rock Williams and Hurd in a meaningful unification. That was mandatory, where an upset happened for free on free TV. See, there's way too smooth. That's what I'm talking about. He said DAZN won't have any answer for that. Plus, it's on free TV. That's what I'm saying, and that's the kicker. That's the kicker. And let's talk about Top Rank. If they get Sean Porter versus Errol Spence, which I do think is going to be a better fight than Mikey Garcia, because Sean Porter, when you ever seen him go out and lose every single round in any fight? He's had some performance, like Julio Diaz first fight. That wasn't his best stuff. But we ain't never just seen him lose every single round. So that's a testament to Errol Spence. If he can get a guy who's rough and rugged and, of the weight, and he can just shut him out too, then that's Errol Spence. I don't know. He on some next level shit then. But I do look forward to that being a bigger fight, like a more action fight. Sean Porter's just rough in there. And he used to fight at 165 as an amateur. So the weight, even though he's shorter, the weight, he's always used to fighting Danny Garcias and bigger guys. So, what if Porter, I don't know. I think it's an interesting fight. What if Sean Porter be coming in with his head and shit and fainting, trying to prove a point, opens a cut over Errol Spence? You don't know what's going to happen. So Errol Spence going to have to buckle down, especially if it's on free TV. That's a lot of pressure. Jared Hurd just admitted hearing the crowd chant his name and fighting at home. Maybe that did something to his nerves a little bit and made him fight a different style fight. So, these guys are still coming of age. These guys aren't like Floyd Mayweather in their careers where they, this ain't nothing new because they've had $1 million viewership several times. Shout out to KO. So anyway, let's look at it. Top Rank. This would make what PBC's doing if Al Haymon could get it done, especially, sounds like it's getting done regardless, but especially if it gets done on free TV, this is going to help Errol Spence's brand. If Sean Porter beats Errol Spence, then it's going to help his brand. This is a unification that they're trying to get on free TV. On free TV. Terrence Crawford's last fight was on pay-per-view, and then it didn't end in a traditional way. Crawford did his thing. He looked excellent, but his opponent, kind of robbed him of the opportunity to finish it on standard terms. So if you don't see the ebb and flow kind of shifting with this stuff, then I don't know what to tell you. Even like I looked at Top Rank's last card, the Isaac Dogboe fight with Navarrete, that was dope. That was more of a main event than the to me, Francisco Vargas Berchelt. I enjoyed the Navarrete fight. Berchelt with he's just too big and strong, and it's just come forward shit nonstop, and who's gonna get the best of it more often than not. The younger, if you're just fighting and motherfuckers just trading, and one person has scar tissue, one person's older, one person's smaller, one person's probably the lesser puncher. I mean, it's predictable. Okay, one person's been knocked out, scar tissue, older, been stopped by this guy before, had a year plus layoff, and facial reconstruction surgery, and you guys are just trading. Yeah, there's a chance the smaller guy can connect, but probability is probably not on their side. You know what I'm saying? The odds probably aren't on their side, unless you just catch that person right. But, just two people chunking them and throwing, you better try to connect first. So, the fight progressed, and then Julio Diaz just ended it. You know what I'm saying? He's like, that's enough for my fighter. So he didn't come back out. So that's kind of when it ends like that, it's a bit lackluster. In my honest opinion. Navarrete is dope. I like him. He can scrap. I like him. He proved that shit wasn't no fluke. Because Dogboe talking about leaving the division and Ni Hao. Yeah, Ni Hao. How did you think you was going to beat him? Yeah, that's Ni Hao that. Because Navarrete was on your ass, really. Yeah, Ni Hao did you think you was going to fight him that way and win? But whatever. We kind of talked about that. What are your thoughts on the stigma of losses having such a massive impact on boxers, like J-Rock said? I think it's bullshit because that's that old media type of shit. You ain't never heard me just condemn somebody for one loss like that. Unless they sold out and quit or some shit. I don't condone, you ain't never heard me say nothing crazy about J-Rock. Oh, he sucks and it's over for him. You ain't never heard. if anything, I said, oh, I was impressed with Charlo or whatever. You ain't never heard me say that. I even told you guys before this Hurd fight, everybody was picking Hurd. I didn't actually make a prediction, and I'm transparent. I didn't know who I was picking. That's why I didn't kind of really think about it enough. But I told you it was going to be a sleeper fight and not to sleep on J-Rock. And so did Damian Lillard. That's what I know. I did say that. I said, this is going to be a good fight. This is going to be a sleeper fight. That's probably why I didn't do a prediction, because I didn't know. Everyone was saying Hurd, and I was like, nah, I don't know. J-Rock could scrap. It's these whack-ass reporters. That's what I'm saying, man. We just doing our own thing. We in our own lane, and we just going to keep doing it. But you see the tides changing. You ain't never heard me say, I watched J-Rock spar live. And I remember I literally said that. I said, man, I seen J-Rock spar live, and he's the truth. He got skilled. The live streams are still up. The videos are still up. So this is why new media continues to grow and achieve whatever is like in our destiny. For this exact reason. I told you. I literally said that. While everyone was counting J-Rock out, I told you. I was like, nah, I watched him spar. He got skills. I said, I'm not going to tell you who he sparred with, because that gym story stay in the gym. But I said, he's dope. He got skill. Watch out for him. I told you that. So I don't think the losses should be, just hang over your head like that when it was a loss to Charlo. Charlo's big for 54. That's why he moved up to 60. So that was his last little fight. He was big. That was J-Rock's first kind of big opportunity like that. He came up short. But he had beaten guys since then, like Nathaniel Gallimore. That's another fight I was at, And if you actually know boxing, I think J-Rock looked better versus Hurd. The Hurd fight looked easier than the Gallimore fight. Go watch him. Gallimore is from Jamaica or some shit. I was at that fight. It was on the Jared Hurd Edislandi Lara card. See, that's what I'm saying. See, and this why it's so funny, man, because I move around a little bit. I've worked hard. We've worked hard as a unit, Eagles Army. So I be in the gym sometimes. I go to the fights. I know fighters. So when I'm giving you my opinion, you have to understand, even if I don't reveal every single bit of information, it's coming from a different place. There's a lot of people who get on YouTube. They don't know no fighters. They don't travel. They don't go to no fights. They don't be in no gyms. And they're telling you their perspective only, and it's based only on irrational thoughts. My thoughts, I'm not saying I'm better or perfect, but my thoughts genuinely come from a multitude of different things. I watched J-Rock versus Gallimore. Yeah, and that shout out to Big Time, real boxing fans. I was at that fight too. Gallimore, whatever his name is, he destroyed Justin Roach. I was there. Floyd Mayweather was there. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm at these fights. So I know that was at the Pachanga Casino or some shit in Cali. I was there for that when he knocked him out. Oh, actually, that was when Deloach knocked out Floyd's dude. I was at that fight. But either way, I knew about Gallimore and Deloach, who was supposed to be, next up and shit like that. So either way, the point being is I'm moving. I'm out here. A lot of other dudes, they have channels and stuff, and they're just giving you what they feel. And they all, they're some of them racist, some of them they're not really pulling information. I've watched J-Rock spar and told you his composure is ridiculous. Even in sparring, he looks like he knows what he wants to do in there. He looks like this is second nature. That's what I really witnessed. And like I said, I'm not going to give you all the details of who he was sparring and all that. But it was on point. Like, you respect it. So, that being said, my opinions, people just, they don't understand. Like, it comes from when I tell you Errol Spence is going to beat Mikey Garcia, it's not just my opinion based on, I just want Errol to win. I'm telling you, I talked to people. I talked to people who were there for the Mayweather-Floyd gym, and they told me what was happening. I know people that were there when Spence was stopping guys way back in the amateurs, and they were like, yeah, Spence been stopping them. I got videos of a lot of this stuff, depending on how dumbass YouTube, puts them out, some people may not have seen some of these videos. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes YouTube be tripping and won't broadcast the video to all the subscribers and shit like that. So I got shit in the votes. Like, I just posted an old clip from Keith Thurman from 2 years ago where he called out Pacquiao. Some people didn't even see that. They didn't see it when it first came out. That's what I'm saying. I've been around. Like, I've been doing this. I was there. I was one of the first people to have a clip, an exclusive interview with Keith Thurman, where I just, stopped him and was talking with him. And we was talking about Pacquiao. He called out Pacquiao then. That's what I'm saying. These dudes they not fucking with us. New media, we been, these dudes, a lot of them have YouTube channels and, this and Joshua Wilder, and they think they know some shit. They don't know. Wilder knows who I am. You seen the clip. He's like, Ego, I'll watch your stuff. He's like, yeah, check out my man Ego. That's what I'm saying. We big out here. These dudes is ants. And they think they know something. I told you J-Rock was nothing sweet. Y'all don't want to listen. Shout out to Ego and Block Boy Apparel. Check it out. Shit, we got our own Block Boy Apparel. The way we be blocking these old media accounts. Blocked. Yeah, I like that name. Block Boy Apparel. Shout out to them. Look, someone just got blocked as I'm saying it. That's what I'm saying, bro. Block gang. Oh my gosh. Hey, what? Why'd y'all listen? Who delete? Hey, real brother, why you block him? You don't have to block him for that. Unblock him. He blocked the person I was talking about. He said no free advertisers. You don't have to block him though. Like I wasn't even tripping off of that. I'm talking about these motherfuckers be trying to big up their channel. Damn, he blocked the person I was talking about. Hey, see, these shooters is agitated with old media. They don't even know. Sometimes there's some friendly fire that go on. I'm trying to tell y'all. Nah, shout out to real brother. Yeah, you didn't have to block him for that. But yeah, there is no soliciting in general. So, and the reason they actually did the right thing is because people be trying to use the channel as a stepping stone to put on their channel. Oh, fuck this guy. Check out, boxing and more. Like, fuck what you talking about. Ain't nobody came for you to hear no boxing and more. Come up like I came up the hard way. I came up through the slums. I came out the trenches. I came up out the mud like the Swamp Thing. You come up like me. I wasn't dissing, Ellie and all these other people before me. That's why when I see Ellie at the fight, it's all love. What's up? What's good? What's poppin'? You know what I'm saying? But these dudes be like trying to piggyback. You ain't no female and shit. You ain't petite. I ain't giving you no piggyback ride. You come up your own way. You know what I'm saying? If you LJ or something, I might give you a piggyback ride because I know her feet be hurting and shit because she be walking through them Australian, deserts and shit. I'll give her a piggyback ride. I ain't giving y'all motherfuckers no piggyback ride. Y'all don't deserve it. Stop this clout chasing. We live in a clout chasing ass boxing society. They want to talk about everything else but what's actually happening. We ain't doing that. You see, super chat from my man's Ego. Shout out to you for the $1 super chat. Keep grinding. I want everyone to grind. He said boxing and more. But wait, there's more. Bro, we switching up the game. You got to start giving respect. And remember what I told y'all from the longest? Y'all got to start respecting some of these black fighters. And y'all got to start respecting a lot of these American fighters and these women. We saluting the underdogs. We giving the underdogs a voice. J-Rock was an underdog. He did his damn thing. See, this is the thing. We ain't doing false flags and false credit. I'm not saying, oh yeah, pray to J-Rock for some bullshit. He did his thing. He did his thing in there. See, and that's the difference between new media. Old media wants you to praise people, and they didn't even really do nothing that dope, or they didn't do anything anywhere in the realm of what they're being praised for. But then I'm telling you, y'all need to give it up to that man, J-Rock. There's a reason behind that. What J-Rock did to me, I don't care what none of y'all say, is highly impressive and more impressive than Lomachenko beating Anthony Corolla, for example. Lomachenko has 400 plus amateur fights. You know, he's a good fighter. He has 2 gold medals. You beating a 50-1 underdog, 100-1 underdog, that don't really show me too much. You beat a mandatory that was, you know, clearly outmatched, and we knew that before the opening bell. But guess what? The 100-1 underdog, the mandatory, beat the champion, and he did it like he was hungry as fuck. Somebody hit me up, and it was a funny comment. I loved it. They said J-Rock fighting like he just watched Creed 2. You know what I'm saying? This man, J-Rock, shook up the division, shook up the world on free TV, and went out, and he needed to come out with his own headphones. Beats by J-Rock. You know, put the beats on the champion. He really went out there and took the title. So I'm not asking y'all to give propers and give props to some bullshit. I'm saying that why wouldn't we be praising a performance like that? How many times, like, Jacobs is my man. I love Daniel Jacobs. He's a good dude. But he's had some fights and it kind of hung in the balance. Like Canelo, the way he started, they weren't going to give him that fight. J-Rock knew he was in enemy territory. He knew he was on the DMV. He knew he's from Philly. So he couldn't have no errors in judgment or no close rounds. And he did an Errol Spence, you know, versus Mikey. He beat the guy at the guy's typical own game. He was the better inside fighter. J-Rock does good. Hurd does good on the inside because he like overwhelms guys' size and bow, and people don't have the defense and shit. Yeah, and people saying it's the fight of the year, bro. Man, new media, man, we winning. And still, I'm sorry, Fofty. When I see fight of the year, I keep thinking of Fofty because that 50 Cent shit. See, that's what I'm saying. We celebrating the underdogs. The underdogs gonna get a piece of this pie. You know, Lomachenko is just so unbelievable. What's so unbelievable about a 400 plus amateur fighter with 2 gold medals beating a guy who got stopped by Deary Matthews, you know, years ago, and ain't really beat no top names? What's so shocking and marvelous about that? Versus a guy who got knocked out and written off and then fought a bigger guy and a strong guy at home and beat him at his own game. You tell me. And made it like, if it wasn't for J-Rock fighting like that, if he was just trying to box and move the whole time or something, then it wouldn't have been that type of epic fight. Because to me, Hurd, he's not the most technical guy. So if Hurd had it, like, he wasn't even really jabbing and stuff. He was taking a lot of flush shots. So had he fought, shout out to Rap for another super chat. Had Williams fought a different style of fight, then it wouldn't have been as exciting. He made it exciting, bringing the fight straight to Hurd with Hurd's temperament and Hurd's mentality, and bested him at that style. Styles make fights. That was a great execution of a game plan. But if J-Rock chose to just box and move and try to pot shot and, you know, use some moves and pop and then keep his space, then the fight would have been a different tempo. So him being aggressive, especially early, and then doing what he did, that made the fight what it was, because he brought the fight to the monster, to the bully. And then this is what I'm talking about. All this bullshit y'all be talking about in boxing, giving credit to everybody else outside of black fighters, everybody outside of American fighters. This is what I'm talking about. Triple G for years has been talking about Mexican style. What the fuck is Mexican style about the David Lemieux performance? What the fuck is Mexican style about the Jacobs performance? What the fuck is the Mexican style about the Canelo 2 performance or 1? And y'all gas this shit. Y'all gas this shit up. Y'all be capping. Liars. I don't believe in Mexican style. I don't think every Mexican fights primarily a certain way or some bullshit. But using what they said, using what Abel Sanchez and Triple G outlined it as, Triple G don't fight no Mexican style, if that's what we're calling it. This gung-ho, come forward, Rambo bullshit. Guess who did? J-Rock. That was more Mexican style than any of Triple G's top fights. I put that on anything. I put that on my city. I put that on the 707. What J-Rock did against that level of opposition, that was more Mexican style. If that's what we calling it, that was way more Mexican style than anything Triple G did versus any of those top guys that I mentioned. Jacobs, Canelo 1, Canelo 2. That, David Lemieux, that wasn't no Mexican. David Lemieux was limited. Just like Jared Hurd is limited in skill, like just pure skill. Triple G wasn't just out here, hooking him like that. He wasn't doing nothing like that, bro. Triple G wasn't doing nothing what J-Rock was doing. He was jabbing, hey, no, guys, and no jab. That was not the same pacing. J-Rock was out here, bow, and in the 12th round, smiling at the cameraman. Like he was just in the zone, man. He had the glow. It is what it is. Triple G ain't did no shit like that. But this is what y'all praise. Triple G's a good fighter. He a good little fighter. Like Floyd said, he a good little fighter. No special effects. Remember when y'all motherfuckers got mad? Oh, yeah, you fight him, Floyd. Yeah, move up to 160. You said he has no special effects. God damn it, you fight him. See? They don't want to address what Floyd's actually saying, which was 100% true. They just mad that he said it. Just like us. But we don't give a fuck. Shout out to Philly. He said, I am Mexican and I agree fully with Ego. Shout out to La Raza. Let's get it. Shout out to my people. If you're real, then it's not hard concept to grasp. Triple G don't fight. Canelo fought Mexican style in the rematch, and he's Mexican. Imagine that. Triple G didn't want no work in the inside. See, how you Mexican style, bro, some of the great, listen to me. If we're going to stereotype, let's stereotype all the way, and then we're going to stereotype with this positive. Some of the greatest inside fighters that boxing has ever seen have been Mexican. Some, not all. Some. If you look at regionally, some of the best inside fight. Look at Berchelt. Look at, Juan Manuel Marquez combos. Look at Julio Cesar Chavez. Look at Canelo. Look at some of regionally, Mexico has produced some of the most, devastating inside fighters. Finito, body work. But how is Triple G allowed to call himself Mexican style? And one thing with that region, historically or stereotypically, whatever you want to say, has been vicious inside work. Not every single Mexican fighter, but if we're stereotyping, there's been a lot of like body work artists, you know what I'm saying? Inside fight game. J-Rock showed you an inside fight game. Triple G don't. That's actually why his fights look like it. Triple G don't have no inside fight game. He from Kazakhstan, that Eastern European style. A lot of guys can't fight on the inside like that, like Kovalev. That's why Kovalev had problems with Ward, especially in the second fight, but even in the first fight, because Ward was up close, destroying that man's body. And Kovalev, he need that range to get them long arms off, and he has a great jab. So what are we talking about? You think they'll call a black man Mexican style? You think they're going to say J-Rock's king of Mexican style? They don't have a problem. You think they're going to say a Muslim is Mexican style? You tell me. Because what I seen from Jacobs, not Jacobs, Julian J-Rock, that was more Mexican style than anything I've ever seen from Triple G at a high level. You think they're going to call J-Rock Mexican style? Even if J-Rock said he was Mexican style, bro, that would rub people the wrong way. Let's call a spade a spade. Let's say what the fuck it is, bro. That alone would rub people. Oh, he's not no fucking Mexican. Even though he did what he did against a bigger person and brought the fight to him. And if we really want to just take it all the way there, I think J-Rock, what he did was more of that style than Canelo versus Jacobs. Canelo was in with the bigger person, and just hear me out. They both fought elite people in their division or respected people in their division. Canelo was out here counterpunching and faded in the middle to late rounds and didn't step on the gas. This man, J-Rock, was pressing the bigger guy, the strong guy, the guy who's perceived to be stronger, for 12 rounds. even in the 12th round, he landed some hellacious body shots. I was like, ooh, and he definitely won the 12th round. Listen, if you had Hurd winning the 12th round, you should stop. Go watch Baby Shark or some shit. Johnny, do 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 do, Johnny. So look at Canelo fights a bigger man, fades, gets fatigued, looking to counter, fighting in spurts. J-Rock, fasting for Ramadan, has a sustained amount of energy, crazy conditioning, crazy game planning, and fights how he did in the first, pretty much in the 12th. Oh my gosh. And they wonder why new media is on top, because y'all don't know shit. Johnny, do 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 do, Johnny, Johnny, y'all getting fucked up, bro. And see, and listen, it's not about one fighter or whatever people think it is, but if Canelo looked like J-Rock, like what he was doing early looked like how J-Rock looked later, it could even be Canelo, his particular style. But if he looked that consistent, then no one would have any complaints about Canelo's performance. No one would be saying it was a draw. So you see, Canelo, they'll say he put on a masterclass performance, they being old media and the man fans. They'll say that was a masterclass, even though he tapered off and was kind of on fumes and didn't really have the conditioning to look as good as he did early. But this man, J-Rock, you have old media like ESPN saying that Hurd won the fight. They saying Hurd won the fight. How? But then be the first to say Canelo masterclass, kicked his ass, Oh my God. Ego got my kids singing with him. Johnny, do 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 do, Johnny, telling lies. That's old media. Telling telling lies. Let's get it. So, listen, we assess boxing based on the performance. I don't know how many times to tell you. Canelo did good early, but he tapered off as the fight wore on, as corroborated by Juan Manuel Marquez and Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., two Mexican legends, and Julio Diaz, trainer and former fighter, and your boy Ego. Right? Julian J-Rock Williams. And see, this is the other thing. Canelo versus Jacobs, it's the same setup. He was fighting a guy who was bigger, but he fought a guy who was bigger that, in the first half wasn't really letting his hands go like he should have. Hurd was trying to let his hands go, but he couldn't get in a rhythm based on more of what J-Rock was doing. You see what I'm saying? So it's the same scenario, but the biggest difference is J-Rock was fasting, fighting a bigger guy, and he was a massive underdog. Canelo, we knew if it went to the cards, he's definitely going to win if it was close, unless Jacob shot him out. So this is big for boxing. This is just a good moment for boxing. It shuffles up things, At best, it leads us into another rematch. But Al Haymon killing right now. No, y'all talking about Mir. Yeah, y'all talking about Mir. He's quoting Abel Sanchez. So stop. Mir be on it. Hey, listen, I don't know how many times we got old media fucks that randomly show up. When you guys leave stuff like that, damn, Big Money went off on y'all. He went off on y'all. Man, I try to tell y'all. Y'all don't want to listen. But listen, I get what you guys are doing. But quote Abel Sanchez, because the way the shooters sometimes, the chat's moving, they're going to think you're saying this stuff, even though you put it in quotes. Remember when Abel said that. It makes it so much more, it makes it easier to distinguish. So that's for you, Mir. But I see other people doing that. Sometimes you guys end up getting blocked And it's really because of a misunderstanding, because you're quoting old media. No, but I'm saying that they'll be quoting old media, but it does look like you're saying it. At first glance, it looks like you're saying this. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll look up in the comment and it'll be like, the black channel, oh, blackity black. You know what I'm saying? And it looks like you're saying that, but you're really making a point about how old media says it. I'm just telling, all right, y'all do what y'all want. But I'm just saying, if y'all get blocked on friendly fire, that's why. So, because people will be arguing with someone in the chat that's like cussing me out, and then they'll quote what the person said, like, yeah, fuck you, ego, fuck you, man. To the shooters, it's going to look like you're saying fuck you, ego, fuck you, ego. I'm just telling you, there's a real easy way to separate yourself from old media. I get it if you want to bring up stuff that they're saying, but you guys got to make sure it's clear that people aren't mistaking this for you saying that. I'm telling you, I've seen it happen. And then they come, everybody that was crying in there, they come to me and say, hey, I got blocked. Your shooters blocked me. So, new media, I'm just giving out the orders. Y'all do take what you want from it. To save yourself, you should make sure you're directly quoting the person or making it clear that this is not you saying this, you're quoting somebody. Or if you're responding to somebody, you should make sure you at them so that it doesn't look like you're just saying it to me. Y'all could do whatever y'all want, but I said what I said. These dudes be responding like, fuck you, man. All right. And then the shooters see fuck you, man. They don't know who. And they go hit you with that extendo. They gonna hit you with that 30 dick. Nah, Mir, you ain't had no problems recently. I'm just telling you because I'm just using you because it's a recent example, but I always see this. They'll be going in on somebody in the comment section, but at first glance, it looks like it's like you saying this to the chat or to me or whatever. Y'all going ham. But anyway, it was a good fight. Changing of the guards. Wilder next week. Shit, I got a pack, man. Wilder, Breazeale, who y'all picking? Breazeale said he finna retire Wilder. Anybody picking Breazeale? Damn, Wilder in 5. Damn, y'all sound frustrated. I'm so frustrated. Everyone picking Wilder? Wilder by devastating KO. You know what's funny? Someone sent me an interview with Eddie Hearn. And see, this is another thing why old media is hella funny, bro. Old media would say all these things, but it don't add up. Notice the stuff I'm saying I don't ever have to backtrack on. Like I'm saying, hey, give J-Rock his props. He won. I said that yesterday immediately after fight. I'm saying the same thing today. They always have to backtrack. Oh, I rescored the fight and yeah, J-Rock won. They always got to change what they said. I seen an interview with Eddie Hearn and he was like, oh yeah, Breazeale, yeah, it's a good fight. He has a shot. You know, he did good in these fights and blah, blah, blah. But I think Wilder should take him out. But when you talk to Eddie Hearn, he'll say all this stuff about how Wilder is not really good and Joshua will knock him out in 3 and he's not really that talented or windmills but then why are you that's that old media shit. Y'all don't see that? So Wilder's windmill Wilder's getting knocked out by Joshua in 3. You know, Wilder's not that good and Wilder can't box, you know, for shit. He couldn't box Amazon packages. All this stupid shit that they be saying, right? But then when it comes time to put up or shut up, then they pick Wilder to win. What does that tell you, people? So Wilder can't do this, that, and the third, and he can't box, and he's just, you know, sloppy, worst heavyweight, all this stupid shit. And then you say, okay, Dominic Breazeale, who matched up with Anthony Joshua, so you should know him, right? Who you picking? Oh yeah, I think Wilder's gonna knock him out. Oh my god, bro. Old media can't even. That's how I know you capping. That's how I know you capping. Because when the time's to put up or shut up or put some money on it, they never do. They never do. They say what all these things Wilder ain't, and then old media has to go against what they've stood for. Every time they say Wilder can't sell and nobody knows him in America, but then, oh, I'd love to sign Wilder to DAZN. I'm offering him 50-50 now and 2-fight deal, and he's meeting up with DAZN. Why y'all want him? Why y'all want him on DAZN if he can't sell? This old media shit is dead. I keep telling y'all. You see how stupid all of this shit sounds? Every single piece of it. Wilder ain't this, Wilder ain't that, Wilder can't scrap, Wilder's not, a good boxer, windmilly, blah, blah, blah. No one knows him. I'm going to ask people in New York who he is. See, nobody knows him, but you want to sign him. But you want him to, you keep saying how you want him for 2 fights. You keep saying how DAZN brought him in the office and offered him $100 million. Come on, bro. I don't have to do that. I'm not saying, oh, give J-Rock credit yesterday, and then today I'm like, man, J-Rock, give him no credit. I'm saying the same thing. And I've been saying the same thing with the Al Haymon shit. I'm like, damn, Al Haymon's kind of stepping it up even more. He killing. He was already, doing better than the competition by and large the first half, but now he's really switching gears on him. Pop, clutch, switch lanes on you niggas. Like, I'm not changing what I'm saying. Do you guys get it? They are changing what they say every other day. Or they just disappear. Or their channels fall off. Or their articles, then they start switching and writing like they have some sense. These are dire times for old media, man. You do all this to berate Wilder, and then when it comes down to actually making a fight prediction, you pick him over Luis Ortiz. You pick him to beat Dominic Breazeale. You pick him to beat Tyson Fury. Then you ain't talking about shit. You are not talking about anything if you say all this to badmouth somebody, but then when it comes to their last 3 fights, you always pick Wilder to win. You, sir, are a liar. That's what that means. Because if Wilder was as bad as you say, then you shouldn't be picking. You should pick the first guy who's bigger than him or has some power or has a chance. You should be picking against Wilder. But they don't. So that lets you know the bullshit they on. Remember how folks would come here with their channels and now those channels are dead? Bro, it's survival of the fittest out here. They can't exist. They can't exist. I'm telling you. They cannot coexist because the messages keep getting louder. And then what's worse, y'all keep supporting it. Y'all keep watching my videos, the super chats, which afford us the opportunity to do more and more. They cannot exist in this new media era of boxing. So I wouldn't be surprised if you start seeing people give up on their channels or switch the content, start talking about different things, like, oh, Cardi B threw a shoe at Nicki or, whatever, to each his own. But pure boxing and like combat fight sport, you'll see a lot of people, they'll probably just stop making videos, a lot of them. Because how often, you know how much negativity you get when you're wrong on social media? Especially if you watch, like you say Mikey Garcia going to destroy Errol Spence and then he get beat every round. Do you know how bad that makes you look? When my credibility took a hit like that, where I said something that wrong, I can't wait to hear it. Motherfuckers still bringing up Rigondeaux versus Lomachenko for my shit. They're like, oh, would you? I say something like that. They'd be like, oh, yeah, you said Rigondeaux would beat Lomachenko. Like, damn. So you had to bring a fight from like December 2 years ago or some shit. And that was a guy moving up 2 weight classes. Damn. Sad times for old media. I could tell you current shit that you wrong on. Shit that just happened that you was way off the mark with. Stop playing with me, man. They still talking about how I picked Danny Garcia to win a decision. I don't know if I said unanimous or split or whatever. But I picked Danny Garcia over Keith Thurman. They still got to talk about that shit. I'm not perfect. I do get them wrong. But look at the other major issues. Like, oh, yeah, Wilder, he should take 12.5. You ain't never heard me say no stupid shit like that. Now, a year later, Wilder's being offered $20 million to fight Breazeale on his own. And you tell me he should have took 12.5 to fight Joshua just last year. Oh, my gosh. Block Boy Apparel, $2 Super Chat. Tank going crunch Gary Russell and EJ going crunch TC. We got to see them. Those are all good fights. I love them. I love all of them. So, man, we about to turn up, man. This is our season. We about to do more and more. While they do less and less, we going to do more and more. I promise you that. I got some ideas. They in the noggin. I'm going to see how I can get them off and, you know, what it's going to take. But we got to assemble the team to get this shit. We finna lock this, the whole, at least in America. We going to start there. We going to lock this whole shit down. I told you, you got to start paying homage and giving respect. You want to make money in America? We on some King of New York shit. King of America. Remember on King of New York, Christopher Walken, he was like, nothing goes down unless I'm involved. Like, ego walking. I'm on some ego walking shit. King of America, USA King, when it comes to this boxing shit. He says he don't want, if a dime bag is sold on the street, I want in. Nothing goes down unless I'm involved. Like, ego walking. We coming. We in a great spot right now. It's a great sport and we in a great spot. Your father, he be damned if he had to watch. I'm on some ego. Someone said Egrist. I can't even say that shit. Christopher Walken. Hey, you tripping. You tripping, bro. Now, old media, they're losing the battle. The dogs weren't eating sirloin. I'm on some ego walking shit, bro. These motherfuckers is crawling and I'm ego walking. Your father, he'd be damned if he had to watch. Is an eggplant. Oh my gosh, where old media at? Man, we might have to resurrect them just so we could kill them off again. They getting bodied. Talking about Hurd beat. That and see that this is a type of bullshit. ESPN said Hurd beat Williams, and I don't even think Hurd's team or Hurd himself are not admitting that they lost the fight. That's horrible. See how name sometime I look bad like that, bro. Like I said Danny Garcia would win some form of decision over Keith Thurman. Danny Garcia keeps saying he won the fight, him and Angel Sanchez. But imagine if it would look worse, obviously, if I'm protesting and I'm like, Danny, gave a fight prediction and I was saying this happened and then Danny was like, nah, I got my ass kicked. Imagine how that would make you. Imagine how that would make you sound, bro. When you arguing for something Hurd ain't even arguing for. That's crazy. ESPN arguing for something Hurd ain't even arguing. Old media getting chopped up, man. They getting chopped and screwed. Anytime, any minute, any you can get it. Old media tipping on Fovo, repping on them. They getting fucked up. That's what I'm saying. Hurd he took it on the chin. He just said, run back my rematch. I got a rematch clause. I respect that. I respect Hurd for that. Ain't no shame in losing. You lost to a good fighter. It's cool. Make the adjustments. That's it. But the next couple of months, get ready. Get ready. And I told you, everything starts from now. Death Row East, believe in that. They being old media, they want to praise everybody but Americans. Everybody. everything. They want to praise everybody but Americans, and then they want to sell that in which they praise to Americans. And I told you, there's a lot of great American fighters with all of these different platforms, and some of them aren't getting the proper shine. Does anyone believe Andrade versus Selesky is going to be a bigger ordeal than Jared Hurd versus J-Rock on free TV? You get what I'm saying? And that's the separation with what DAZN is going to have to figure out. You know, you're a stream. At least ESPN could put stuff on ESPN. That's why I'm singling out DAZN. They're going to have to convey the message, you know, to boxing audiences and get their subscriber count up and consistently up for the long haul. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have to figure that out, that part. Like, how do you make Andrade a star? He has the charisma, he has the look, he has skill, but how do you convey that, like, when you don't have an actual channel? So how are you going to put it on? How are you going to, like, you know, make people gravitate towards that? You see what I'm saying? And like I said, DAZN has those little inherent issues that they got to work the kinks out. Putting their fights in conjunction with other bigger fight weeks. Like, you know, they'll put a smaller, they were trying to put Usyk versus Takam on the same week as Wilder versus Breazeale. Nah, don't do that. Don't do that. Why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? 2 East Coast fights, and one significantly has lesser star power for American. Then they moved it to a week back. All right, cool. A week after. And then the fights fizzled out. They said Usyk's injured. So now they're just keeping the date, and then they're bumping up an undercard fight that was on that fight card already. Devin Haney versus Antonio Moran. When Devin Haney, the world thought he was going to get a title shot with Luke Campbell. But we found out that Lomachenko's going to get that. Block Slime Time Pays. We not familiar with your name. We don't trust you. Slime Time Pays. Block him. Get rid of Slime Time. He a rat. I'm telling you. I'm good at this, bro. I could tell they have a certain dialect. Block Slime Time Pays. Thank you. Somebody hit him and then unhit him. Hide him again. Forever. I don't trust these dudes, bro. I know. I could tell by the way they text. Shout out to Ronald Finkley, man. So yeah, that's the big uphill battle. Is you have the highest price point for DAZN, $19.99 a month, more than ESPN Plus and all that. You know, more than Hulu. Actually, they just gave me Hulu for free with my Spotify account. So it's more than Spotify, even though I'm getting Spotify and Hulu for one monthly price again now. Higher than Netflix. Apple TV Plus is coming out, and Disney Plus is coming out. And you know, you're leading the market in terms of the price point per month. You're paying fighters ridiculous amounts as you start up, and PBC's putting fights on free TV. I just don't understand. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't understand what they're going to do to combat that. Like, getting Meek Mill and Tracy Morgan, that's cool. But, like, do you think that's how you connect with the hood or connect with the urban market? By getting Meek Mill? You know, by getting Tracy Morgan? I don't really know. This. I don't know. Block Boy Apparel, $1 super chat. Salute. You know, they're going to have to figure out that gap, bridge that gap some kind of way. Thank you, Ego, you peep game. Yeah, man. I don't know. And like I said, it's hard when like the different opposing competitors have actual TV networks. They could put Loma on ESPN Plus or ESPN, depending on the date and availability. The Zone is paying more than the NBA, but NBA is getting more ratings, so that's not good. Ego had us rolling last night. I don't even remember what I said last night, to be honest, but whatever. Thank you. The Zone is cashing out more than the UFC too. That's what I'm saying. And UFC already has like a built-in fan base. Like the Rose, that was a female main event, and I heard it sold out. He said you could do that when you make six figures. I eat, we eat. Shout out to Block Boy Apparel, man. We out here. So we'll see how everything plays out. I'm probably gonna get off here because I gotta get some stuff done behind the scenes. Cause I don't know. I gotta get a ticket. I ain't even got my hotel or ticket for the Wilder shit. Wilder fight card is going to be better than AJ versus Ruiz fight. And you know what the scary proposition with what Al Haymon is doing is this. Al Haymon, despite having the roster, he's not really, shout out to Block Boy Apparel again. Al Haymon, yeah, that MVP, the Venom Page knockout was crazy. He tried to get up real quick and wow. Listen, just hear me out. The scary proposition is this. Al Haymon, he's not really even making sure the undercard, like with the stable he has, he's not even making the undercards. Like if he really wanted to really push the issue and try to shit on somebody, he could do that. Like for example, Wilder Breazeale, he could have put Charlo Harrison on the co-feature. Which, just to prove a point, because that could be his own event, which it is now. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying he could load it up like that. He could put Wilder and Gervonta on the same card. That's the scary proposition, is at any given moment, Gervonta's up for a fight. I know they're giving him a Baltimore fight, but I'm just saying he's the advisor. He has the manifesto, you know what I'm saying? He has the roster where if he really wanted to, he could have put, if he wanted to, he could have put Wilder versus Breazeale and then really put Gervonta on Gamboa or something on there and then put Charlo Harrison on it if he really wanted to. The thing is, these other companies, a lot of them, they can't build, like they don't have that type of stable. So they would really be shooting themselves in the foot if they tried to load up one card that heavy. Al Haymon could really do it because let's say he put all those names on Wilder Breazeale. He put Tank on there and Charlo Harrison. He still has Pacquiao Thurman. He could still do J-Rock versus Hurd too. He could still put Leo Santa Cruz, Gary Russell. Those are all completely separate people and names and shit. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's what happens when you have depth in your bench. I could build card. Like what if Wilder fought Luis Ortiz too, and he put Gary Russell versus Leo Santa Cruz as a co-feature? Bro, that shit would be crazy. I'm not saying they would do that because then you would actually probably hurt your money, seeing how Leo Santa Cruz, Gary Russell could be its own event. But I'm just telling you, that's the scary thing. He could load up a card if he wanted to, on some Canelo Mayweather, Lucas Matisse, Danny Garcia shit, if he wanted to. Wilder versus Luis Ortiz 2 on pay-per-view, and then put, J-Rock versus Hurd as the co-feature, or put Gary Russell versus Leo Santa Cruz. He could really do that if he wanted to. That's the crazy part. The other competitors, they don't really have they just don't have those stables. That's why, like, you look at Top Rank, who are they going to feed Crawford? He's too good. They talking about Jose Benavidez too, or Luis Collazo. That's not the same as Keith Thurman Pacquiao, and you know that. You know it. So it doesn't matter how good Crawford is. He already beat Jose Benavidez by stoppage. There was really no controversy there. What is their controversy? How is there controversy? So it's not even something we have to run back. Just like Jeff Horn. We've already seen there, been there, done it. Why? I mean, we don't have to see that again. He stopped him. And it wasn't like so close or some fluke stoppage. He connected with an uppercut, set things up, boom. So if Top Rank has to run it back, which they may, then that's what it is. But the option for Crawford, Jose Benavidez 2, Kell Brook, who, didn't look good in his last fight, with Mike Zarafa, Luis Collazo. Meanwhile, you got Danny Garcia versus Granados, Keith Thurman, Jose Cito, now Keith Thurman, Pacquiao, Porter versus Errol Spence versus Mikey Garcia. It's a different level. Keith Thurman versus Pacquiao is a good fight, and these motherfuckers is still trying to find a way around. Oh, someone, I told you, we got old media in a frenzy. They don't even know how to hate anymore because they know what they're saying. They just have to say something to try to look. They announced Pacquiao Thurman on Twitter. This is what someone said. He said, pay-per-view. Keith Thurman ain't a pay-per-view name. Oh my gosh, bro. Stop it. So now we're going to try to act like Pacquiao Thurman is not a pay-per-view fight. Motherfucker, if Pacquiao Broner was on pay-per-view, then you knew Pacquiao Thurman would be on pay-per-view. Come on, get the fuck out of here. These dudes think we stupid. I don't know what people's viewpoints are on like Eagles Army and new media, but y'all really think we stupid. If Pacquiao versus Broner, and a lot of people didn't give Broner a chance to beat Pacquiao, if that was pay-per-view and generated 360,000 or 320, whatever it was, I don't remember the exact number. If that generated that, then you know damn well that Pacquiao versus Thurman would likely be on the pay-per-view. Man, these dudes faking, they be capping. I'd rather watch Pacquiao Thurman on pay-per-view than Bud and Amir. That's what see? That's another one. Amir Khan, listen, Pacquiao is hard to stop. It took Marquez 4 tries, and then other than that, the only people that stopped him were early in his career. Thurman ain't never been stopped. He's been hurt, but he never been stopped. We've seen Khan get stopped in lighter divisions, and he was 2 fights removed from a brutal Canelo knockout. And we still had, that was a pay-per-view. You get what I'm saying? That's a dumbass comment, laughing my ass out. How does someone become pay-per-view name then? Bro, Mir, I'm telling you, these dudes is desperate. Everybody chill out. I told you I was going to lead y'all to the promised land. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landing on us. Like, I'm going to lead y'all there. I promise you that. Just stay, because these dudes they're losing. That's why I told you, don't go and empty the clip on their threads, because we just going to dry them out. Don't, you see the video title, it's some bullshit. Stop commenting. Just don't even comment. Let's just dry them out, because they have nothing to cling on to. Bro, Top Rank gave us Brandon Rios versus Pacquiao, both of them coming off of a loss on pay-per-view. Top Rank gave us Algieri, whose eye got swole up, versus Ruslan Provodnikov, and he damn near lost that fight, versus Pacquiao at a catch weight on pay-per-view. Now these motherfuckers are saying Pacquiao versus, who just beat Broner handedly, and Keith Thurman, who's undefeated, and they're both WBA champions. Now they have the audacity to say that this isn't a pay-per-view fight. Come on, bro. So Pacquiao, Chris Algieri, that was a pay-per-view fight at a catchweight when Algieri barely got past Ruslan Provodnikov, and his eye looked like shit, and he had to move up to 143 or whatever and fight at a catchweight against a guy like Pacquiao, and he got knocked down 6 times. That was just a couple years ago. That was a pay-per-view fight. Brandon Rios lost to Mike Alvarado. Pacquiao had just got knocked out by Juan Manuel Marquez, right? That was pay-per-view worthy. But Keith Thurman and Pacquiao, because it's in Al Haymon's hands, ain't pay-per-view worthy. Get the fuck out of it. Now you guys see what the fuck I'm talking about. These are the little dumbass games that old media try to play. Period. They're capping. You know what I'm saying? It's all cap. It's just what it is. Cause there's no way you could justify fucking Pacquiao Algieri catchweight coming off of the Ruslan fight. Pacquiao got slept by Marquez, and Rios, lost and got hurt versus Mike Alvarado in rematch, and then went on to fight Pacquiao. Pacquiao fought Jesse Vargas for the WBO title, right, on a top ranked pay per view. Crawford fought Amir Khan off of the Samuel Vargas fight when he didn't even look good. But then now you mad at Pacquiao versus Thurman on pay-per-view? Get the fuck out of here, bro. Again, I don't know who's mad. I don't care. I don't give a fuck about credentials. If somebody wants to hold me to any standard for doing my job and saying what's real in this sport of boxing, then so be it. I don't care, because I'm not going to just sit up here and play these fucking games. We'll just get big on our own. Like, if that's the case, they paid for that. That's what I'm saying, bro. You know what it is. You know that they're lying. So you thought Pacquiao versus Jesse Vargas, that shit was all that in a bag of chips. But Pacquiao versus Thurman, because it's on PBC and you hate Al Haymon, the black advisor, you know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden it's not worth a pay-per-view. Come on, bro. Oh, listen. These motherfuckers that's what I'm saying. We didn't forget. They thought we forgot. They thought I'm going to forget what you said, bro. I know how these guys act and what they say. And look, pay-per-view, Keith Thurman ain't a pay-per-view name. So was Chris Algieri a pay-per-view name? Was Jesse Vargas a pay-per-view name? Was Brandon Rios a pay-per-view name? Coming off of a loss to Mike Alvarado. And this is all shit that was on pay-per-view in recent memory. I told you, old media, hang it up. The shit don't make sense. No one's buying it. No one's going for it. Then they say Spence versus Porter is going to be on free TV. Oh, I thought Spence was a pay-per-view star. Why isn't it on pay-per-view? Stop. Now you complaining because the fight's free? Al Haymon is really, destroying it. He's destroying y'all. If y'all got to reach like that, these dudes is reaching. This is sad. They reaching new lows. Old media hating so hard on the PBC. That's what I'm saying. So I like it. It's good. It's good for competition. Maybe Top Rank will make Vodstick versus Beterbiev, which is a great fight. Then the winner could fight Kovalev versus Yard, right? Maybe they'll make Shakur Stevenson, Oscar Valdez, or Shakur versus Carl Frampton. These are good fights. Teofimo versus Lomachenko. That's what I'm saying. They're going to have to, different companies are going to have to start putting, matching the competition. Is that what it is? DAZN, instead of making Triple G versus Steve Rose. See, this is the thing. This is why DAZN, especially because they're the newest, they're gonna have an issue, because I don't think people used to, back in the day in boxing, they used to fear dates. What I mean by that is, okay, you knew Canelo or Floyd are fighting this date, so you wouldn't dare put something on there. Floyd fighting whoever, Berto, Maidana, you wouldn't dare put some card you expected to make a lot of money on. But something like Triple G versus Rose, I wouldn't fear that date. If I had a good event that I wanted to put on and that was the open date for the venue, I wouldn't fear Triple G Rose and be like, hey man, let's think about another date. Why would you fear Triple G Rose? That ain't no big fight, and it's condemned to a platform, like a streaming platform. And that's the thing. So that's hopefully everyone's gonna elevate their competition. If I had a good fight, I would not be worried about Triple G versus Rose stealing the shine, because that's not that big of a fight to me. Myron Dinner, Al Haymon got these boys in the sharpshooter Bret Hart. The best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. He said they're in the sharpshooter Bret Hart style, and they can't take it. PBC got the summer on lock. Facts. And like I said, for me, the J-Rock fight, I like what it represents for boxing because it just shows that if you put the work in, you can meet defeat and still come back and bounce back. It shook things up. I like that. A lot of these fight cards we're getting there's no surprise. And when there's no pleasant surprise or upsets, then it's just like who really, like, I didn't think Crawford would lose to Khan. Guess what? Crawford didn't lose to Khan. I didn't think Lomachenko would lose to Corolla. Guess what? I don't think Tyson Fury will lose to Tom Schwartz. You know? We'll see. That fight's coming up. I didn't think the younger, stronger, bigger Miguel Berchelt, who already knocked Francisco Vargas out, would lose to Francisco Vargas off a year-plus layoff, and he has cuts issues and stuff like that. Guess what? Berchelt started to beat the brakes off him. But what J-Rock did, that's a bit different. He did his homework. He was the underdog and he upset the apple cart. That's different. That's different. Because he was the smaller guy. He was the guy in the other guy's backyard. That takes something. He was the guy expected to lose and get knocked out and get wore down. So that's another reason why it makes it classic, because it reaffirms, is probably the good word. It reaffirms why we all love boxing, that the underdog can sometimes prevail. Not always, but it can. But like if Amir Khan even gave Crawford, like knocked him down, then that would have been one of those type of moments, because a lot of people probably wouldn't have seen that coming. You get what I'm saying? So it reaffirms and lets you know boxing doesn't always get it right with the refs and judges and all this other bullshit, but it just gives you hope. Like, damn, you put the work in, you can do a J-Rock type of job. He at least secured himself. He got that moment etched in history now. You know what I'm saying? He can frame that, pictures of him with 3 belts, you know, and that's already done no matter what happens in the rematch. So, like some of these DAZN cards and stuff, it's like not really, there's nothing shocking about it. That's just my opinion. Anyway, I'm out. Holla at the boy. We working. I'll be back with some more heat. See you guys. Everybody have a happy Mother's Day. We just working. I got some stuff around the house to do. Got to pack. It's fight week. Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. I'm so frustrated. Dominique Breazeale. I will delete you. I will delete this fool. Anyway, there's an all access on Showtime Boxing. It's on YouTube. I have to check it out. I ain't watched it yet. Let me know what you guys think. It's fight week though. Let's get it.